In the most significant development in the past 8 hours, the FBI has identified 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks as the subject involved in Donald Trump's attempted assassination. Crooks was killed by security service officials after he opened fire at the former U.S. president. The gunman reportedly positioned himself 130 yards away from the stage at Bethel Park showgrounds, that is where Trump was addressing a rally. The FBI is still investigating the matter as the motive of the subject are still unknown. And well, for more on this, our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibul, is joining us on the phone line. Hi, Siddhant. The FBI has named 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Pennsylvania as the subject involved in the assassination attempt. Tell us more on this and how perhaps will it help with the ongoing probe, given the fact that there is still no clarity on the motive of the assassination attempt on the former U.S. President Donald Trump?
Well, more details are awaited in the entire case, and yes, the name has been released in the assassination bid, but what is awaited is his motive. Now, what we understand is Donald Trump has returned to his home in New Jersey, and of course, we also have seen the footage as well. In fact, what has happened is that while the investigation takes place, it is a reaction both domestically in U.S., reaction coming from former U.S. presidents, including, of course, President Joe Biden, the current president, and of course, globally as well. The Indian Prime Minister was among the global leaders who came out and condemned this assassination bid on the U.S. presidential candidate, Donald Trump. And of course, he said that it's deeply concerning and violence has no place in politics and democracies. But it's a shock. It's a Sunday morning shock for people in Asia, and of course we know in the West, in US and other parts as well. It is a shocking news. More details, I believe, will come in next few hours.
Right, Siddhant. Just a follow-up, law enforcement officials say that they did not know that the shooter was on the roof, which was just 130 yards from where Trump was addressing. And the shooter at the Trump rally fired 8 shots, with questions now being raised on how possibly did he climb the roof with such high security deployment.
Well, correct. These are lapses which will be talked about. Right now, what is known is that the shooter is identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, and of course, the focus is around this person. He, of course, fired multiple shots at Trump during the rally in Pennsylvania. He, of course, the presidential candidate Trump has been injured, and the entire incident tragically claimed life of an innocent bystander as well, and a few others got injured as well. This, of course, we all have seen visuals now multiple times. We all have seen the pictures as well, and these pictures will play out in a year where we will see the elections, the U.S. elections, just a matter of few months now in November. And it looks like the reaction, the instinctive reaction of presidential candidate Trump, he pulling out his fist, is something that will help in his political campaign at a time when Biden is seen full of gaffes, including calling Vice President Kamala Harris as Vice President Trump.
Right, so now, of course, the focus will now shift from Biden's age and his shaky performance at the U.S. presidential debate to the assassination attempt on the former U.S. President Donald Trump. We'll, of course, be tracking this very closely here on WION. Thanks very much for joining us on the show.